Holden, my boy, my God, you've grown another 20 inches. Fine to see you.
How are you, Mr. Antolini? How's Mrs. Antolini?
We're both just dandy. Now let's have that coat. I expect to see a day-old infant in your arms. Nowhere to turn, snowflakes in your eyes. How's the coffee going, Lillian?
It's all ready. Oh, is that Holden? Hello, Holden.
Hello, Mrs. Antolini.
Sit down, Holden. Excuse the appearance of the place. We've been entertaining some of Mrs. Antolini's friends from Buffalo.
What'd she say?
She said not to look at her when she comes in. She just rose from the sack. Have a cigarette. Are you smoking now?
Thanks. Just once in a while. I'm a moderate smoker now.
I bet you are. So you and Pensy are no longer one? What was the trouble? How did you do in English? I'll show you the door in a short order if you flunked English. You little ace composition writer.
Oh, I passed English all right. It was mostly literature, though. I only wrote about 2 compositions the whole year, though. I flunked oral expression, though.
Why?
I don't know. It's this course where every boy in the class has to get up and make a speech. You know, spontaneous and all. And if the boy digresses at all, you're supposed to yell digression as fast as you can. It just about drove me crazy. I got an F in it.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. That digression business got on my nerves. I don't know. The trouble with me is, I like it when somebody digresses. It's more interesting and all.
You don't care to have somebody stick to the point.
Well, sure, like somebody to stick to the point and all, but I don't like them to stick to the point too much. I guess I don't like it when somebody sticks to the point all the time. The boys that got the best marks in oral expression were the ones that stuck to the point all the time. I admit it. But there was this one boy, Richard Kinsella. He didn't stick to the point too much. He'd always get yelled digression at him. It was terrible, because in the first place, he was a very nervous guy. I mean, he was a very nervous guy, and his lips were always shaking whenever it was time to make a speech, and you could hardly hear him if you were sitting in the way back of the room. When his lips sort of quit shaking a little bit, though, I like his speeches better than anyone else's. He practically flunked the course, though. He got a D+ because I kept yelling digression at him. For instance, he made that speech about his farm his father brought in Vermont. They kept yelling digression at him the whole time he was making it, and the teacher, Mr. Vincent, gave him an F on it because he hadn't told him what kind of animals and vegetables and stuff grew on the farm. What he did was, Richard Kinsella, he'd start telling you about all that stuff. Then all of a sudden, he'd start telling you about this letter from his mother that she got from her uncle, and how his uncle got polio, and when he was 42 years old, and how he wouldn't let anyone show him in the hospital because he didn't want anyone to see him in the hospital, because he didn't want anybody to see him with a brace on. It didn't have much to do with the farm, I admit it, but it was nice. It's nice when somebody tells you about their uncle, especially when they start telling you about their father's farm, and then all of a sudden get more interested in their uncle. I mean, it's dirty to keep yelling digression at him when he's all nice and excited. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Holden. One short, faintly stuffy, pedagogical question. Don't you think there's a time and place for everything? Do you think if someone starts out to tell you about their father's farm, he should stick to his guns, then get around to telling you about his uncle's brace? Or if his uncle's brace is such a provocative subject, shouldn't he have selected it in the first place as his subject, not the farm?
Yes. I don't know. I guess he should. I mean, I guess he should have picked his uncle as a subject instead of the farm, if that interested him the most. But what I mean is, lots of times you don't know what interests you the most until you start talking about something that doesn't interest you the most. I mean, you can't help it sometimes. What it is, you're supposed to leave somebody alone if he's at least being interested and he's getting all excited about something. I like it when somebody gets excited about something. It's nice. You just didn't know this teacher, Mr. Vincent. He could drive you crazy sometimes. Him in the goddamn class. I mean, he keep telling you to unify and simplify all the time. Some things you just can't do that. I mean, you can't hardly ever simplify and unify something just because somebody wants you to. You didn't know this guy, Mr. Vincent. I mean, he was very intelligent and all, but you couldn't tell that he didn't have too much brains.
A coffee, gentlemen? Finally.
Hello, Mrs. Antolini.
Only this right here. She's driving you too. How's your mother, Holden?
She's fine, thanks. I haven't seen her too recently.
Darling, if Holden needs anything, everything's in the linen closet, the top shelf. I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted.
It's all yours. I don't know what the hell you're gonna do with those legs of yours.
That's alright. I'm used to short beds. Thanks a lot. You and Mrs. Antolini saved my life tonight.
You know where the bathroom is? If there's anything you need, just holler. I'll be in the kitchen for a while. Will the light bother you?
No. Heck no. Thanks a lot.
Alright then. Good night, handsome.
Good night, sir. Thanks a lot. What the hell are you doing?
Nothing. Just sitting here simply. Admiring.
Oh. What are you doing anyway?
How about you keep your voice down? Simply sitting here.
I have to go anyway.
Alright. You have to go where?
I left my bags at the station. I think maybe I'd better go down and get them. I have all my stuff in them.
They'll be there in the morning. Now go back to bed. I'm going to bed myself. What's the matter with you?
Nothing's the matter. It's just that all my money and stuff's in one of my bags. I'll be right back. I'll get in a cab and be right back. The thing is, it isn't mine. The money. It's my mother's and I.
Don't be ridiculous, Holden. Get back in that bed. I'm going to bed myself. The money will be there safe in the morning.
No kidding. I gotta get going. I really do.
You're a very strange boy.
I know it. Goodbye, sir. Thanks a lot. No kidding.
Very, very strange boy. Grab your bags and shoot on right back here. I'll leave the door unlatched.
Thanks a lot. Goodbye.